Hindi natin pwedeng baguhin yun. Hindi natin pwedeng lagyan ng kung ano pa mga rason. At hindi natin pwedeng sabihin na tayo na ba ang tinubos ng cross of Calvary. Sabi nga ng verse 2, hindi lamang siya namatay para sa atin, kundi sa buong sanglibutan. Ngunit ang kailan sa atin, mas gustong mapahamak ang iba at siya lang ang maliligtas. Siya lang ang magtatapos ng kaligtasan. Hindi ganun ang kaisipan ng Diyos. Kung sinasabi natin na ang Diyos ay nasa atin, hindi ganun ang kaisipan ng Diyos. Cross of Calvary speaks to us. Amen. Hallelujah. Maraming mga kapatid. Ako naman. Pagkaroon. Salamat po sa pagkakataon na to. Sorry. So, salamat po sa panahon na to. Parang komportable na ako. Amen. So, siguro, bago muna, tayo muna para respeto sa lahat. Ako lang po. Oh. So, love bless po sa lahat. Again, for so long, nagkita-kita po tayo ulit. Mga wonderful leaders na natin na nandito sa lahat ng lupalong ng Pilipinas na nandito ngayon. Salamat pa rin po na nandito kayo. Amen. So sa lahat po ng mga kapatiran din na in any parts ng Pilipinas na dumalo dito sa pagtitipon na to, salamat po sa presensya niyo. At alam ko na malaking bagay po ito para sa akin. Makita ko po kayo isa-isa at tumatayo pa rin kumbaga sa time na to. So medyo pagpasensya nyo na ng konti, medyo mahaba po kasi yung biyahe ko. Kasi galing ako ng Visayas, marami kaming daanan pang mga, yung sa daanan namin, tumating ako dito around 5 o'clock na. So wala akong tulog. So sabi ko, kasi yun naman purpose ko dito eh. So, galing sa puso ko to, that's the reason na nandito ako ngayon. Kumbaga, isipin yung katulad nito. Pumunta si Ptr Iceal dito ngayon sa kahaba-haba ng biyahe. Makalawa ako na stranded, Rojas, Mindoro, and then napunta pa dito din. But then, nagawa ko pa rin mapunta dito dahil mahal ko po kayo lahat. Amen. So, salamat sa pagkakataon na nakita ko si Pastor Dodo nandito, Mindanao, and then ang ating mga kapatiran din, Pastor Joe, Pastor Edwin, Pastor Naro, Pastor Rique, Pastor Rio, Pastor Ed, Pastor Jess. Natawa-tawa si Pastor. Actually, lahat kami dito, nagpapasalamat na nakita ko sila. Actually, gusto ko sana makahabol kahapon dahil gusto ko rin makinig. Pinaka-importante po yun, mga kapatid. Sa isang membro na isang universe na to, napakaganda po na makinig. Active listening is very important. Sa lahat ng bagay, kahit nga sa Bible, nagsasabi doon, faith cometh by hearing. Never it says na nagsabi doon by reading. Kaya kung maalala niyo sa time ni Pedro, nung tumayo siya doon at nagsalita at nasabi niya sa tao, si Kristo, si Jesus, si Kristo, siya yung magliligtas sa atin. Wala siyang maipakitang scripture na naisulat yung pangalan niya doon. But the people believe him. It was a connection within them na nag-connect doon sa sinasabi ni Pedro. It's the same connection when Jesus at that time was walking andun sa shore at nakita niya yung tatlong disciple niya later. At bigla niyang sinabi, "Come with me and mamingwit tayo ng tao." Siguro sa time natin, kung i-a-apply natin, kaya ay tulad sa time natin, marahil walang sumunod kay Jesus ng time na yon. Bakit? Kasi, kung pumunta man si Jesus doon at nagsabing gano'n, first and foremost, ang gagawin natin ganito, saan mo ba yan, Brad, mababasa? Kadalasan, gano'n po yun. Saan mo, Brad, mababasa yun? Halos lahat tayo gano'n yung background. Brad, baka hindi ko yan nabasa. So, susundin ko lang yan later pag nabasa. So, faith cometh by hearing. Hearing the word of the Lord. So, shalom once again. Siguro, hindi ko alam kung paano umpisan yung thought ko. Parang, ito kasi galing sa puso ko. Every ministers, kaya nga sabi nga niya, Torre,
These ministers na nakita nyo ngayon, all of them has the gift. It's already given. Bakit? Andito pa rin sila tumatayo. But, we knew, every one of us has the talent. So, nakikita natin, nandito sila. Kaya nga sa amin, sinasabi ko to sa mga ministro na nandun din sa Visayas, yung dalawang ministro na nandun din sa amin sa Iloilo. Ang sabi ko, ang address ko sa kanila, leaders na lang eh. Leaders. Oo, mga trustees kayo ng mga genuine hearts na dito ngayon. So mga leaders at trustees, yung mga ministers na to. So kumbaga, siguro bago ko umpisa ito, magbabasa lang ako ng part na siguro ng scripture para mai-address ko lang. Though we know, malaking changes na nangyari. Sobrang laki ng changes na makikita mo right away sa tuwing makikita mo yung kapatiran sa ngayon. Sa sobrang tagal natin hindi nagkita. Diba sis? And then, nandito tayo ngayon, nakita ko kayo face to face, nakikita ko yung mukha nyo, nakikita ko yung aura na nare-release nyo. Napipil ko talagang bagong-bago. Oh, don't take it negatively, okay? Iibang impresyon, expression ng nakikita ko. Bakit? Dahil binigyan tayo ng Panginoon ng time for the previous years na mag-i-express natin kung sino tayo. Now, yung nakikita natin sa ngayon, despite all of the mess na nakita natin, na parang napipil natin, but makikita ko pa rin sa mukha natin how we stood strong in the midst of all those mess na nakikita ng mga tao. Iba yung nakikita natin sa ngayon. Okay? Kasi ako naman, mga kapatid, sinasabi ko nga, every minister, so every leaders, every one of us, merong iba't ibang way to express the mind of the Lord. So hindi, kasi ako mga kapatid, parang naiiba ko sa mga ways na isang recognized na congregation or church or recognized a pastor for years. Parang hindi kasi ako napundar sa kanon. Ako kasi, even my father is a pastor, Pastor Isidro. Lumaki ako na tumayo sa sarili kong paa na hindi kumukopya kahit kanino. Mahilig akong mag-try kung paano ko hatawin ng isang bagay sa pamamagitan ng kung ano ang nasa loob ko. At hindi yung naririnig at nakikita ko kahit saan. Kaya pag may nagsabi doon sa labas na ganito katamis yung mansanas, o ganito, ganyan, dito ako magbabatay kung paano ko kainin yung mansanas. Dito ako magbabatay kung anong nalasahan ko sa nabitin ko ngayon. Kumbaga, it will reflect if we have the same things and if we have the same line, magkikita tayo sa tulong. Tama po ba? So, kumbaga, nagpapasalamat ako sa time na to. I know na every one of us is coming up. Kumbaga, medyo hindi komportable sa mga bagay-bagay. May mga changes sa kanta, and so forth. Kung nakikita natin yung changes na dahan-dahan tayo, nag-a-apply na tayo sa mga changes na nangyayari sa ngayon. So kaya etong pagkakataon na to, i-grab ko to, at sana mapakinggan nyo, sana makuhanan nyo din na enerhiya, dahil mga kapatid, siguro alam nyo na kung yung mga changes na to. Mulat tayo sa technology. Lahat kayo nagdidig. Kaya nga banat ng iba doon sa labas, ay kinukuha tayo kahit saan. So alam natin lahat tayo konektado sa internet. Alam natin kung saan nagdidig ng mga bagay-bagay. Pagsalita ng pastor ng ganito, halungkatin natin sa internet, may mababasa tayo agad. Halos lahat ng knowledge, lahat ng understanding na makukuha mo, mababasa mo na. Kahit saan ka mapunta, lahat tayo mayroong access. Kaya nga, ano yung ating papel sa time na to. Okay? Anong pinagkaiba natin sa mga kinukut natin sa labas na nagsasalita patungkol sa mga combination ng science at ng humanity? May binibigay silang ibang hataw, kumbaga, na matagal na nila sinasabi yung way back 50s, 60s, na ngayon na natin nakikita dahil nabuksan sa ating kapanahunan. Kumbaga, ano yung papel natin sa ngayon? Kumbaga, gusto ko lang ma-ispat to sa akin, sa pamamaraan ko at hope na ito ay magiging isa ding makakatulong din sa atin. Siya nila medyo inupo mga kapatid. I was just felt to open this part of the scripture in the Bible. I know na mataas yung antas natin. At itong scripture na to, binabasa ko lang para makita natin kung ano yung mga nangyari doon na kumukunik din sa time natin ngayon. In the book of Joshua, chapter 1, so babasahin natin yung 1 to 9 para 2019 na. Okay? Now after the death of Moses, the servant of the Lord, it came to pass that the Lord spake unto Joshua, the son of Nun, Moses' minister, saying, Moses my servant is dead. Now therefore arise, go over this Jordan, all these people unto the land. Sabi niya, at sabi dito, ay huminga na. Sorry, parang iba pala yung scripture na nalaman ko. Kasi siya mga kapatid, Judges ko pala, pasensya. Hindi aksidente na buksan yung book of Joshua. It talks about how Moses in those times. Now in the book of Judges, now after the death of Joshua, okay, ando na, namatay si Moses. Andito na naman, namatay si Joshua. It came to pass that the children of Israel asked the Lord, saying, who shall go up for us against the Canaanites first to fight against them? We knew the scripture. The word only comes to the prophet. Alam natin yung lagi natin yung naririnig. Hindi dumadaan kahit kanino. Hindi nakikipag-usap ang Diyos sa tao maliban sa propeta. But take a look at this scripture. After the death of Joshua, it came to pass that the children of Israel asked the Lord. They never asked the prophet. They asked the Lord, who shall go up against us? And the Lord said. So the Lord directly talked to the people.
Amen.
Okay? This is the time when Moses is dead, Joshua is dead. And the Lord said, Judah shall go up. Behold, I have delivered the land into his hand. Judah shall go up. Behold, I have delivered the land into his hand. And Judah said unto Simeon his brother, come up with me into my land, that we may fight against the Canaanites. And likewise will go with thee into thy land. So Simeon went with him. Judah went up, and the Lord delivered the Canaanites, the Perizzite, into their hand, and they slew them 10,000 men. They fought, and on so forth. So mag-jump lang ako dito. And afterward, verse 9, the children of Judah went down to fight against the Canaanites that dwelt in the mountain and in the south and in the valley. So dyan ako magiging mga kapatid. May the Spirit of the Lord will give us the understanding of our time. In the way, paano ko ito nakita, as the Spirit of the Lord is also using my body. I believe every one of us, nakikita natin, alam ko yung message na sinasabi nga natin ng angel ba natin, o ng ating enerhiya, nasabi niya, nung introduction mismo ng 2019, let us grow in the presence of the present.
Amen.
Yun yung introduction niya nung paumpisa ng 2019. So I hope you pay close attention to this. This is the way how the Lord was also using my understanding para makatulong sa atin lahat dito. Isa tong pangkaraniwang, kumbaga, kakaibang pagkakataon na magtipon-tipon tayo for so long years. Kaya naiisip ko, saan at ano ang dapat natin matakin na makita natin yung direksyon natin sa time natin ngayon. If I remember it before 2019, we were led by the Lord to go over Mindanao. And we knew at that time, kasagsagan yun. All the minister would admit, lahat tayo nag-a-adjust sa mensaheng dala natin. We, personally at that time, hindi ko alam paano tumayo sa harap ng tao at buksan ang bagong sistema ng mensahe. Hindi na to na-identify kasi sa routine dati. Sino dito yung mayroong alam ng kulit-lit? Yung sa amin kasi sa Iloilo, merong kulit-lit, yung sasakyan, ginagawa namin sasakyan, yung rurubin ba yung brand? Oo. Na bali, nilalagay namin yung ginagawa namin parang karosa. Nilalagyan ng mga bigas o ng mga palay para itatawid yun sa daan. Bali lang yan mga kapatid, bibigyan ko muna kayo ng example. Katulad ito kasi na nangyayari sa mensahe. Etong kulit-kulit na to, ewan ko dito meron yun parang ginagawa siyang tricycle. Kasi hindi po yan napapaloob sa LTO. Okay? Hindi po, wala po yan wala po yan sa rules ng LTO mga kapatid, yung kulit-kulit na yan. Kaya sa amin doon, habang dumadaan yan sa kalsada, bitbit yung maraming palay, sabay maraming tao, napakunot lang ng ulo yung LTO. Bakit? Hindi siya napapaloob sa nakasulat. Hinahanapan niya ng paraan, technically, paano to, since delikado to, walang provision, walang rules regarding dito. Kaya kakayaan niya tatawid yun. Nag-gets mo ako kasi. Alam nyo, nung narinig nyo naman siguro yung mga investment na nangyayari doon sa Mindanao. Okay? Kahit yung gobyerno nahihilo paano i-address yun. Wala silang magawa later on, underset, gumawa sila ng crowdfunding. Para lang mai-address yung mga nangyayari kasi wala silang magawa. It is the crowd creating the funds. And they don't have the choice but to create a law, something on that, para makasabay doon sa activities na ginagawa ng tao presently. Ngayon, yung mensahe natin, kaya ako minsan, kaya sinasabi ko nga sa mga kapatiran natin, parang di ko alam, tanda sabi ko, hindi ko alam saan ko ipupwesto sarili ko. Number one, naiintindihan ko na mayroong under ako sa license na father ko na Son of David, international. Pero hindi ako nabilong sa church. Yes, church ang sistema wherein we come together and have fellowship. But hindi na yun nabilong sa ganong sistema. Hindi mo ma-explain yung posisyon mo. Hindi mo alam anong tawag mo sa kanila, anong tatawagin nila, o anong kakantahin. Pero nag-i-exist kayo. Nag-i-exist yung mga kapatid? Yung kulit-kulit nag-i-exist. And up to now, wala pa rin law na ginagawa doon, patungkol doon. Gumagawa lang sila na, sabihin natin, yung nasa City Act, para lang ma-control lang. Katulad din ng mga e-bikes. Pero wala silang provision doon. Now, if the same goes as well sa nangyayari sa mensahe na bitbit natin sa ngayon. Kaya kung minsan, natatawa sila sa atin na nandun tayo sa forward, para di natin alam paano natin i-address to. Sinasabi nga ng propeta, ni Brother Parnel, pasensya, nasana sa term. We have identifiers. Pag sabihin mo kasing identifier from the word identify, which means identity. Anong identity mo sa ngayon? So hindi ko alam kung ano napag-usapan nyo kahapon sa question and answer. Pero we have a part of the scripture telling us in the book of Judges, in the time wherein Moses is nowhere, Joshua is no more. Nalala yung sabi pa nga ni Anthony before? Sabi niya, wala na si Donald, wala na kasi si Don. Atore na siya. Tinatanong siya ng isang African brother kung sino siya, propeta siya, ano siya. Ang sagot lang ni Brother Parnell at the time, I have the 21st century energy. Hindi niya mailagay kung anong posisyon niya sa nangyayari sa ngayon. Though we are moving in this kind, kaya nga, kumbaga, ayaw ko kasi siya pura na nag-a-adjust pa ako sa Ilonggo version ko, saka sa Tagalog version ko. So, alam nyo, yung mga nangyayari katulad nito, may pagkakaiba kasi ang ministry sa movement. Pag sasabihin mong ministry, organisado na po yun. May upuan, may pulpito, may musician, may kumakanta. Ang movement hindi gano'n. Yung nangyayari, if you are wise enough to understand what is happening sa sistema natin, makikita mo it all reflect in all sides, politically, economically, spiritually. It all happened. Ang Pilipinas ngayon, in the way how the system in politics is running, hindi mo alam. Sobrang daming kritiko, sobrang daming supporter. At those times, na umupo yung fire sign ng presidente natin, napakaraming issue na nangyayari, maraming bulgara na nangyayari, maraming halungkat ng lahat ng kalalim-laliman ng dumi. Lahat ng sistema na bubuksan. Pati yung babae na nandun sa kanya, ay ano yan, huwag yan, and so forth. Pero marami pa rin taong tumatangkilik. Yung isa, nakilala niyo si Sas? Matindi din yung umanat. Pero pag ilalagay niya sa sistema sa atin, sa part natin, ay ano pala to? France? And on and so forth, napakaraming changes. Hindi mo alam paano yung sistema. Kumbaga sa all sides, lahat tayo makikita natin, lahat tayo nag-a-adjust. Merong nangyayaring changes na dapat natin makita ngayon. Hindi ito ibig sabihin iilan tayo kung pera noon, di ba? If I remember it right noon, we can afford to go there in UP, have that kind of huge mammoth congregation with us.
Right.
Ang dami, praising ng todo-todo, iyakan dito, iyakan dyan. But all of it that time, when we come together and just join here, for the first time, nakita ko yung impresyon, and to be honest, ang tamay. I hope nakikita natin sa ngayon. And don't take it negatively, ha? Kumbaga, we are all mature sa mga nangyayari sa ngayon. Binubuksan ko lang to because it's my nature. Okay? It's my nature how to address things. Ganun kasi ako pag pumana. Gusto ko nakikita ko yung daan ko. Pag hindi ko kasi nakikita daan ko, hindi ako nalusundan. Most of the time, binubuksan ko, tinitingnan ko ano yung move na yun. Kung naalala nyo, mula nung dumating si Brother Parnell doon sa Mindanao, until lumuwas po siya, until umupo presidente natin, and then dahan-dahan tayo, naalala nyo, may mga pinupost nila sa Facebook regarding sa sinabi ng propeta ng tatay na nanghihina siya, hinahanap niya si Benjamin sa kalakasan niya. He was asking for that. It was also the time when pagpatak ng 2019, merong pelikulang lumabas. Yung sa Marvel na superhero na si Felix. Ang tawag sa title niya, The Dark Phoenix. Yun din yung time na halos ang sabi ng term na sinasabi ni Carpenter, the time unknown. Madilim, hindi mo alam anong ginagawa mo doon. Until dahan-dahan tayo malabas. Dahan-dahan natin nakikita yung way. Yung movement natin ngayon, dahan-dahan nag-move. So, nag-i-enjoy ako na makikita yung time na sobrang dilim, hindi natin alam saan natin ipupwesto sarili natin. Yun din yung time na dumadaan tayo sa anointing ng fire sign. Kasi ang fire sign na pinupo siya sa south. Ang south po kasi, dilim po yung area na yan. It's the nature of the southern gas, kumbaga southern nature na sulungi, kumbaga isulong, na kahit sa ganong sistema, they continually burn the fire. Eto tayo dahan-dahan din nagkakamap. Hindi to aksidente yung time natin na mga nangyayari sa ngayon, mga kapatid. Kaya kung nakikita natin, a part of this, hinahanap ko pa ang aking kwento, mga kapatid. I hope na give me tayo. Amen. So kung baga, I love the term. Gusto ko lang itong makita natin. Kasi, I love na ginamit tong term na to. Okay, this is what the word says. Ang sabi ng kapatid, thinking that being in one accord does not mean sharing a common understanding or being in an agreeable conformity. Rather, accord is that severally we can express our sense of what is meaningful to us, and the accord is that we are doing this together and will continue together. Kumbaga, yung naalala ko yung sabi nga ni Reverend at the time sa unveiling ng Humanity, the message of Part 14. Ang sabi niya, the principles remain. We are not reading a history lesson. Right. Sabi ng kapatid, if these three would allow them to become wise. Alam natin yun, sa time ni Adam at ni Eve, alam nila na itong punan na to magbibigay sa kanila ng karunungan. And they go beyond what was being said. Kaya nga kung naalala yung term na ginamit ni AAY, sabi niya, disobedience is the first step of freedom. Sabi niya, we are not advocating rebellion against your inner being. That within itself is true witchcraft. Ano ba ang ibig sabihin ng witchcraft? May alam ko ba dito anong ibig sabihin ng witchcraft? Kasi ang pagkakaalam nyo ng witchcraft, yun yung something na go different with, albularyo, and on and so forth. But actually for me, how I define witchcraft, it is something that is not recognized by a group of people, and yet it is functioning. The people at the time called witchcraft sa mga tao na kumukonekted sa kabilang dimension, pero hindi nila recognize o connected sa kanilang paniniwala. Majority kasi ng Christianity, anything go against their belief, they call it witchcraft. And I would say the same too with you. With what is happening right now, you are out of your common system. You are creating something, a connection, very totally different to what was before. Right. And that is also witchcraft. That within itself is true witchcraft. Sabi niya, we are advocating rebellion and disobedience to that which has become old, tradition, dogma, and man-made teachings. Yes. Adam, disobedience, stepping into humanity beyond the spoken word, was our path to freedom. Moses' disobedience to Egypt's belief system and government was the path to freedom. Right. Jesus, sabi niya, disobedience to the law and doctrine of the Pharisees was the path to Pentecost. Those at Pentecost were disobedient to the law of Moses and walked in the path of their inner being. You wanted freedom?
Yeah.
You need to have this first step, disobedience.
Yeah. Yes.
Alam nyo, mahirap makipag-deal sa ngayon. Bakit? Kasi yung naririnig mo sa akin ngayon, parang mahirap. It's the normal way of how I connect with you. But I think, I hope you do too.
Yes.
Nasanay tayo for many traditions of how we are in our old youth system, the church.
Right.
We got used to think. Wherein, pag eto si pastor, ganito tumayo, I have nothing to say. Pag eto si brother, can we have now the time to recognize those brothers on the back? Can we let them hear how the Lord speaks to them?
Right.
You know, sometimes when they try to stand and tell you something, it sounds like it's different with how you explain. And the people around you got used to listen to you and do not got used to listening to him. Diba? And we are breaking that kind of barrier for us to let everyone have the confidence to stand and let the Lord talk to him.
Yes.
Let the Lord talk to him and him talk back.
Yeah.
Kumbaga, let's make this gathering a real family. Not just because we are from group of Marikina, group of Quezon City, group of Bicol, group of Iloilo, group of Mindanao. Why don't we come together and create something unique changes?
Amen.
Unique something that kumbaga mga kapatid, we are concerned not just because, I am not concerned because of my people. I am concerned of every one of us.
Yes.
That's the reason, despite of my condition, I able to come here.
Amen.
Because this is my family.
Amen.
When the elders, my brothers, my sisters, open up to have this kind of gathering, I see to it that I could be here. Because this is my family.
Amen.
Despite na kung minsan, pabulol-bulol ako magsalita, hindi ko mailagay yung anong ko sa ngayon. But it is my love that I'm telling you right now.
Amen.
It is because of my concern for our situation here. Alam nyo, mula pa kahapon I am thinking, Lord, ano yung gusto mong mai-open na para makatulong ako na mai-address din yung mga brethren na nandito sa ngayon. And you know, it's something like dumadaan na ako sa napaka-tahimik na lugar na walang bounce back ako narinig. Sabi ko, Lord, I think kung ano nasa puso ko, yun ang sasabihin ko sa kanila sa kanya.
Yes.
Ayoko ng script. Gusto ko lang mabasa yung part script na umuupo ako doon. But hindi siya nag-work kasi. Kaya sabi ko, it's high time siguro na i-address ko kayo the way how the presence of the present is dealing with me right now.
Amen.
Siguro mas maganda kung gano'n. Alam ko, nakikita ko yung concern. Alam mo yung pinagkaiba, hindi ako nagsasabi dito about sa politics lang mga kapatid. Sinasabi ko to just for a part of comparison para makita natin. Alam nyo, napakarami ng thesis. Yung mga projects na ginawa yung dating administration. Nababasa ko yung mga presentations ng kanilang mga projects na ilalagay para sa kapakanan ng taong bayan. Napakarami. Napakaganda. Lahat yun napakaganda. Yung pagkasulat, ang paglatad, lahat natin nandun. Mga kapatid, ang kulang lang po doon is yung action po lang. Alam nyo, hindi to aksidente. I need to be honest because when you are honest, doon mo lang makikita na concern ko. ako sa inyo.
Yes.
Concerned din po kayo sa akin.
Amen.
Hindi ko kasi, most of the time in my life, ako yung tipong tao na hindi ako sanay na magpapatch-patch lang ng bagay-bagay. Most of the time, pag ako tumayo, gusto ko nararamdaman yung ano talaga yung puso ko. Ayoko na nagsasalita lang ako for the sake na pastor ako at dapat magsalita ako sa kanya. Nagsasalita ako ngayon dahil nasa puso ko. Alam niyo mga kapatid, ang nakikita natin sa internet, nababasa natin, pinapasa sa atin, nakikita natin sa mga gathering, nakikita natin na binobroadcast sa atin, nababasa natin, at maliban pa doon sa mga pinupost sa atin, lahat ng yun ay napakaganda. Hindi ni isa, wala akong masabi doon mga kapatid. Pero tatanungin ko kayo, gusto ko makita yun na tayo na nandun identified sa mga nasasabi ko. Kumbaga, let's walk the talk. We are talking here na, well, we have, kung babasahin ko lang kung ibibase ko lang ang lahat through reading, I can say how great people you are. If I will try to read the notes, try to listen, everyone trying to break the word, wala akong masabi. But I have to ask you honestly, what is going on now?
Yeah.
Kasi, when I go to Mindanao, it is my fervent heart, fervent yung heart ko, na maipakita sa kanila na hindi ako pumunta dito para basahan kayo, sendan kayo ng napakaraming notes o whatsoever para i-knowledge kayo. Yung pinaka-understanding na doon sa loob, ang papel namin is to assist you.
Right.
Na makita yung posisyon nyo at kayo mismo mag-burn as fire. Wala kang magawa pag walang may mangyayari. Yung mga nangyayari sa movement ng mensahe natin, it's wonderful. But we need to make things as if, parang nandun lang siya nag-float sa hangin. Naalala ko tuloy ang sabi ni Blavatsky. In Aquarius age, sabi niya, it's more on vision, less action.
Yeah.
But when Aquarius is mixed with Leo, and these two dance together,
Right.
they will create an impression that the world will feel the change.
Amen. Amen.
Hindi ito aksidente mga kapatid yung mga nangyayari sa ngayon. Hindi ito aksidente na yung Book of Judges na nabasa natin. Nung nagtanong yung tao, dahil wala na si Moses, wala na yung propeta, si William Branham, wala na si Joshua o yung nakasanayan nating Donald Martin, naging enerhiya na po siya.
Right.
Andun na siya sa tao, nag-merge, kaya nga ang tao nagtanong, sinagot siya ng direkta ng Diyos. Dahil nandun na siya sa tao.
Amen.
Kaya nung tinanong siya kung anong dapat namin gagawin, anong unang bungad, ano ang sabi ng Panginoon doon sa Book of Judges? Go to Joshua, to Joda. Sorry. Pumunta ka kay Joda. Joda is Leo.
Amen.
Leo is fire sign.
Amen.
Alam nyo, nababasa natin, naririnig, yung mga malalaking presidente in the whole world. Halos lahat sila, kung hindi Libra, Aquarius. Kung hindi Aquarius, lahat puro air sign. Hindi nagkataon ang presidente natin sa ngayon is fire sign.
Amen.
Hindi ito aksidente na yung mga implementing ng dating administration under Aquarius ay andito ngayon, ini-establish pa isa-isa ng fire na presidente.
Amen.
Anong ginagawa niya sa time ngayon? Pinapakita ko anong impresyon na dapat natin gagawin sa time din natin ngayon.
Amen.
I have to ask you. Ayoko na ng paliligoy pa. Iba-iba tayo gift. And I hope you appreciate kung ano nasa akin. Ano ang ating ginagawa sa ngayon? Since we are the one claiming this kind of understanding, that though kahit sasabihin natin, we are not making this one special, we are not making this one on the top, but our message would tell us it's really different. Kahit sasabihin natin gano'n na wala, pero it seems it's telling us na doon pa rin siya on top. Kaya nga, merong writing sa sinulat na nabasa ko. Pwede nung nailagay, ego. At sa circle ng mga kingdom, animal kingdom, botany kingdom, ang tao nandun sa gitna. At nilagay niya sa gitna, ego. Ganon. Pero dito sa kabila, nilagay niya nature. At yung tao, hindi na bilong sa gitna, nandun siya na bilong sa isang circle din. Wala siya doon sa gitna. Nasanay kasi tayo under Jewish cosmology na sinisentro kung sino pinaka-importante. Hindi natin magawa ma-recognize yung iba. Okay? Nasanay tayo, we are elected, we are extraordinary people. Yung parang ganong impresyon. Kaya napakahirap nang dumating yung time na to, nakukuhanan ka ng identity mo. Nakukuhanan ka ng posisyon mo. It's something like that. I hope you understand my point. What I'm saying is, lahat tayo dito is need to work together. Find means to create an impression for the world to see and feel. What I'm saying is, eto bang, I know, may mga representative tayo ng Luzon, Visayas, at Mindanao. How can we able to take an augmentation with these three places and make something unique? What I'm saying is, something a plan wherein we work together as one. We win together as one. That we are creating something like, nagawa nga ng iba eh. May mga ginagawa sila outreach program. May ginagawa silang charity program and on and so forth. But we who are telling them that our message is for humanity, we don't have one.
Yeah.
All we do and hear is we are just telling it all the time. We are for humanity. We are this and that. But our manifestation is not telling us because we don't have any plans on how we do this. There is none from us telling us what shall we do to help the people. In times of crisis, what shall we do? When somebody on Facebook telling a need to help, none of us help. And then we come over in a message on the other side and telling us we have this in Revelation and on and so forth. It's indeed a very, kumbaga, it's ludicrous to think that we have this kind of message and we don't have this root on the ground. The reason, this is also a community fellowship as well. A community wherein, nabasa ko to, Dr. Lipton nagsabi nito, every one of us has 50 trillion cells working in our body. Come to think of that, nabasa ko lang din yan. 50 trillion cells in your body. And this 50 trillion cells has 1.4 volts in each cell. If that cell has 1.4 volts times 50 trillion, how much volts is in your body right now? The reason, pag nakaharap ko kayo, I am not actually just talking to one identity or one person. Because you itself is a community.
Amen.
You are 50 trillion life cells.
Amen.
And that one cell, believe me or not, based on new physics, one cell has its its own intelligence. It can regenerate itself. It can do anything it wants. But, wala siyang magagawa pag hindi ang central voice coming from the brain will give a command.
Yeah. Yeah.
This cell is very powerful. Kumbaga, it runs down through time mula pa nung time na naumpisa yung tao until now. Kaya nga sabi ko sa mga kapatiran natin doon sa Visayas, mas nakuna ang cells mo kesa how your brain think.
Yeah.
Your cell come all the way down there. Kaya sasabihin nila, Brad, yung DNA natin. Your DNA is actually the central command that is giving the cell the information it needs para siya tumakbo. And the DNA was mula pa na nandun na dumadaan sa atin until now. But despite of how our body is capable of doing something extraordinary, we cannot make it, and instead, we have a talent wherein it says, Philippine got talent, wherein selected people are there on the stage doing their talent. What we're doing right now is telling every one of us that every one of us has the talent. And ourselves has its own intelligence, but the problem is, our brain is the one giving the direction. Now, ano yung connection nito sa atin ngayon dito, sa sistema natin? Ano yung impression na dapat natin makita sa time natin sa ngayon? I know that despite ano man nangyayari in every gathering, katulad ng mga ganitong pangyayari sa ngayon, sometimes, nalalak ako sa sitwasyon kung saan mahirap i-explain at it looks like iba yung presentation ko in how you understand the message generally. But as I have said, it might look like I am disobeying the way we got used. But I am telling you, I feel freedom when I start talking like this.
Amen.
I feel freedom when I talk to you heart to heart on how we need to address our situation. Hindi lang ito mga kapatid about how we need to feel emotional, the way how the beat of the drums, the way the song drives us. We're not Pentecostals. This is not just about pleasing you with how I am telling you right now. This is about telling you exactly what do you feel right now, every time, wherever you go, how you deal with the leaders, and how you deal with the brethren. Those brethren who will be used to, third coming people, third coming believers, group of Pentecostals, group of Baptists, and on and so forth, how we deal with them, and how our status right now, ano yung mga ginagawa natin sa ngayon. I hope, ito napakasimpleng pahayag lang yung akin at mula sa puso mga kapatid. I am thinking na in this way, I can help you unlock things and let you stand and reflect who you are right now. Kumbaga, under this season, alam ko, kung sasabihin nyo man na nagbabasa ng mga notes at nakikinig sa mga live broadcast ng ating kapatid, I do. But sometimes, I got used. It's just a feeling within me that is telling me, go and start to think and look things how kumbaga yung mata mo, yung feeling mo gumagana and not on somebody else. Gusto ko mga kapatid, magaya natin yung ganong feeling. I know you feel it. Yung something ba na may feeling kayo na nakikita mo to, yung quotes na to, nakikita mo tong broadcast na to, nakikita mo tong mga sinasabi ng mga pastor, but you don't feel it. I like the term. I hope mabasa ko ito lang mga kapatid before ko yan. Gusto ko lang ito makita. Sabi niya, but those who really desire to understand, who are looking to find that which is eternal, without beginning and without an end, will walk together with a greater intensity, will be a danger to everything that is unessential, to unrealities, to shadows, and they will concentrate. They will become the flame because they understand. They understand. Not your pastor understands and you are identified with that. Not because this group of people understand and you just come over here to be identified with them. Hindi po ganon. You need to understand who you are. I remember the term ng ating kapatid. Sabi niya, she had no vibration of faith connection with the prophet's word as an answer to her need. And he works on, based on how she understands, and later on finds out that what that person is telling is also dovetailing to what is revealing sa kanya din. In this way, we are doing ourselves the favor of standing and moving and progressing the way how, kumbaga, our lives is telling us. Kumbaga, you are there, mayroon kang kongregasyon, mga pastors natin, o yung mga believers natin, yung mga members natin dito, eto mga human beings na to, na nandito sa ngayon, hindi lang to simpleng grupo ng mga tao na nagtipon-tipon para lang magtipon na may mayroong masabi. We come around to tell something what's on our heart. Yun ang pinakamaganda. If we got used on doing this, that would be a great fellowship. When you are starting to just to tell somebody, kumbaga you are just telling on what somebody is telling, then that's not yours. Tell something what is in your heart and let's talk it over here.
Amen.
That's the real fellowship. You have something to tell, I have something to tell, and we find out we are doing the same. That's what makes the birds, the migratory birds successful. You know why? Because they are moving in the same position and doing the same synchronization without using this kind of language.
Right.
They have different kind of language, which is the vibration. You know, based on new physics, we are an energy waves.
Right.
If you are an energy waves, it means to say, hindi ka, kasi language, mga kapatid, this is program, this language that I'm telling you right now, expressing to you right now, can hide feelings. I can tell you something, make you happy. The DJ can make things happy. But that is not exactly what he felt within his heart.
Right.
Kumbaga mga kapatid, we are doing this for us to let our hearts speak, not just what somebody else has to speak, and be identified with it. Maganda kasi na-feel mo, yun ang first step mga kapatid. Sometimes it looks like, ay, ang kapatid ko, parang umiiba to ng landas. Iba to yung landas niya. I remember one time, when I was in Bacolod, I remember one brother told me at the time, after I say something like this type of message. I was there at the back, and then he came over there, and he told me, "Brad, you are not a prophet to tell something other than what he said. Why not? Can you tell what is just being said and come to, enjoy? Huwag ka brad enjoy. No. What I'm saying is, I hope you understand my heart on how I deliver my message. I hope you do. Para sa inyo talaga.
Amen.
I hope you feel my way of how I deliver my message.
Yes.
Okay lang po ba? May nakikinig pa? Talagang wala pa rin nakikinig. No, I felt someone also listening and sensing what I'm saying right now. Alam mo, hinahanap ko kasi akong tao, hindi ako marunong magsalita kapag yung nafe-feel ko yung anticipation ng tao. Kasi, para isa din akong instrument. And it depends how the people who wanted
Right.
to use by myself. How to speak this. How to say something. Kumbaga, hindi kasi ako mahilig sa script. What you hear is what you get.
From my heart.
What I'm telling you is what the Lord is telling you. Sometimes, hindi ito kasi criteria that when you are speaking the same great message, it is exactly how the Lord is dealing with you. There are people who can talk. There are people who even talk, who don't even talk, but you can feel them in their hearts.
Right.
There are people sometimes, even the plants don't have the voice. The scripture is telling us, mabibigla ka na lang, the sun comes up, and they are rising up. Not a word you hear from them. Nasanay kasi tayo, we are most of the time using this kind of video. Most of the time, we've been overpopulated with words and not because of our ways. You know, yung isang pusa, pag tumakbo siya, hindi niya na kailangan pagtanungin ang leon kung kaibigan niya o hindi. Nafe-feel niya yung vibration na hindi ito good vibes para sa kanya. That's the reason he goes off. Tayong mga tao, we haven't practiced properly the energy coming from us. Sulong na tayo ng sulong na hindi natin nararamdaman if this would help us or not. Sometimes, this kind of pull that I am feeling right now is very powerful, personally, to me. But sometimes it don't take effect when somebody is not paying attention to it.
Yes.
You know why? Because it is not the way people sometimes suppose. Kumbaga, hindi ito tawag dito, hindi ito yung nakasanayan, o hindi ito yung dapat gusto nilang marinig. Sometimes I'm telling this because gusto ko lang makita natin that we need to be attentive. You know, sometimes I remember our dear brother, before when he was alive, he was with us in our Thanksgiving there in Iloilo. Sometimes, all he know was just telling us, the words, a simple man. Siyempre, iba kasi pag magsalita Bisaya eh. When he was standing there, telling something what is revealed in his heart, sometimes people, because nasanay sila sa mga bombastic yung boses, maganda sa placing ng message, maganda maglagay na ganito, ganyan. Sometimes na-mislook natin yung iba na tao na merong pull na galing sa puso na gusto ipahiwatig kung ano yung mensahe. Ngayon, ginagrab ko tong chance kasi ito yung first time nating mag-met.
Right.
At alam ko rin yung heart ng mga kahapong ministro na tumayo at nagsalita. Alam ko ang nararamdaman nila na patuloy pa rin silang tumatayo at nagsasalita. Pero ako mga kapatid, iba. I put it, ina-highlight ko to for us to recognize and not just only to keep silent on it. Ako excited ako makinig after nito dahil si Pastor Joe magsasalita. And the rest, kung sino mo ang gagamitin. Kumbaga, I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to extract something na hindi ko pa narinig. Ginagrab ko kasi lahat ng chance na makita ko yung itong opportunity for the first time na nagtipon tayo dito sa ngayon.
Amen.
Buwis buhay mga kapatid ang pagpunta ko dito.
Amen.
Hindi na ako magtitinte kung paano. But kaya nga nandito ako tumatayo sa ngayon at gusto kong ipakita sa inyo, lagyan natin ng apoy ang bitbit nating minsan.
Amen.
Lagyan natin ng tamis, lagyan natin ng totoong tamis yung sinasabi nating
Amen.
salita.
Amen.
Totoong nararamdaman natin ang puso natin na naglalagablag sa tuwing nagkikita tayo at hindi lang sa salita.
Yeah.
Kumbaga, we need, I hope na hindi kayo na-feel na pressure. Feel free. I'm just opening what is in my heart. Ang nakikita ko lang kasi yung dinidescribe ko lang kung anong feeling ko.
Yeah.
Kung anong nakikita ko at nararamdaman ko. And I hope, ini-expect ko rin na ang gift ng Panginoon, yung move, yung spirit niya, gagamitin din ang susunod na tagapagsalita para buksan ito at mai-explain kung ano yung napipil ko sa puso ko. Alam ko nararamdaman niya yun.
Yes.
Kung minsan kasi, kung minsan mahirap na galing ka probinsya, nasanay ka sa language mo doon, and then pupunta ka dito para magsalita. Alam ko nararamdaman niya ni Pastor Dudong eh. Kumbaga, ang sarap lang maghataw, pero iniisip mo pang sasabihin mo bago mo ibibigkas. Di ba? Parang ganon. Kaya nga sabi ko, pag ito nasa ilo-ilo ito, hindi ganito makikita sa akin. Pero kung baga ganun pa ba, isang pribilehiyo at nagpapasalamat ako na makita ko kayo face to face, na feel ko ang inyong puso na pumunta dito, mag-join sa lahat ng bagay, mag-isa sa lahat ng bagay, and I hope and I pray na itong new movement na to mag-create ng kakaibang impression once again. And let's see to it. Yung iniwan ni William Branham, yung tinayuan ni Donald Parker at the time, at nandito siya kasama natin ngayon sa bagong movement na to, will bring an impression to the world. Na tayo ay totoong ibang tao in a way na alam nating mamuhay gaya ng ibang tao naman. Alam mo, yun ang isang bagay na napipil ko yung totoong freedom na dati hindi ko napipil noon nung nandun ako sa denominational na message. Hindi ako makapag-join sa loved ones ko na nag-i-enjoy doon. Hindi ako makakapag-move on pag sabihin nilang may reunion doon. Hindi ako makapag-move on sa mga katropa ko dati dahil sa bit-bit kong mensahe na ganito, ganyan. I feel liberty at the same time I know my message. I know where I am and I know my position. The very point, the very core of what we come here is to become human being. And being a human is an extraordinary feeling. To feel weakness, to feel all those strife, to feel all those struggles, to feel everything, and yet standing and have this kind of mindset. Kumbaga, every one of us is created uniquely and wonderfully, and I know na lahat ng bagay na nangyayari sa ngayon, lahat ng to, nasanay na natin to, na nakasalamuhan natin yung ganitong pangyayari. Bagamat, ito ngayon, nakikita natin, we have loved ones, nakikita natin ng mga loved ones natin. Kung come on the other side, alam ko rin, they are with us right now. Though hindi natin sila makikita, but there are sometimes people around us who has that kind of gift.
Amen.
To feel them, to see them, occupying the spaces, the places, and they are so happy seeing you come here and taking this kind of adjustments right now.
Amen.
Saludo po sila sa atin dahil we are doing this despite all the mess. We are doing these changes and we are still standing strong, believing what is the Lord is telling us in our hearts.
Amen.
I love you all mga kapatid, and salamat sa pagkakataon. Bibigyan niyo po ako ng pagkakataon na makatayo at makausap kayo sa time na to. Maraming salamat po.